right, give it up for your next comedian, Bfpf2.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am Bfpf2, and I'm so full of white guilt that I cried the other day watching Cool Runnings. Shit happened. John Candy's a good dude. Very good dude. I had a guy come up down the street the other day and says, "Hey man, you look like you should smell like weed." Yeah, absolute stranger. And I was like, "Hey man, step closer. Take a deep breath inward, maybe hit this joint." Of course I look like I smoke weed. I'm wearing a Cheech and Chong t-shirt right now. Come on. I do smoke weed. I don't like to drink too much. When I drink, I get blackout. I send those blackout texts. You know, they're always embarrassing. And you never do that when you smoke weed. You always you type it all out for your dead send. Now you do type it out, you do hit send, but it's never anything embarrassing. It's always something like, yo! Pick up a pizza. And not that DiGiorno shit. I know it's not delivery. I put it in the oven myself. It's bullshit. I like smoking weed. I don't like to eat weed. Weed, I can't do that. It's too mentally. It's too much in my head. When you smoke weed, you can gauge it on a scale of 1 to 10. Like 1 being like, oh, he's just shy, and 10 being like, who brought the homeschooled kid to the graduation party? It's not what happens when you eat weed. When you eat weed, it shows up after like 45 minutes, and it's not subtle about it. It's not like, hey man, if you need me, I'll be over here. That shit goes down. It's like, that shit just shows up. That high shows up like the Kool-Aid guy. Kicks in the door, he's like, I'm here, you're stoned. Yes, everyone's staring at you. You don't want to be that high at your grandma's funeral. Okay, she liked the party. She was more of a Percocet gal, though. More of a Percocet gal. I don't like to smoke weed when I drive. I can't do that mentally again. Again, it's a mental thing. Like I took a 25-minute car ride the other day with my buddy after we smoked a joint. He spent 20 of those minutes convincing me cops don't drive tractor trailers. I spent the next 5 minutes convincing myself that he was a cop, and that's how he knew. I mean, it had to have been an inside job. Easily. I was at a family reunion recently where they do photographs. It's a picture of my mom in one photograph. She was smoking a cigarette in the photograph, and the photograph was dated March of 1986, and I was born in April of 1986. That's one. I was like, Mom, you smoked during pregnancy? And she was all like, well, only when I was drinking. Yeah. My aunt stepped in, she goes, look, Bryce, she was only drinking to walk Percocet down with. You were a kicker. Thought you were going to be an athlete, and then you got fat. Did get fat. I gotta worry about my weight, though, because I have 2 really big fears in life. One's volcanoes, because fuck those things. I think we all agree on that. They're scary as shit. And the other one's diabetes. And it's not so much diabetes, it's losing a leg to diabetes, because there's no cool story to go with that. You know? Like, imagine being an amputee support group, which I imagine is a thing. Everybody's exchanging their war stories. They're like, what happened to you, man? Guy in the Army fatigues. He was like, me. Iraq, 2008. Car bomb almost wiped out my whole unit. You're like, well, fucking, thanks for protecting our oil, I guess. Clearly what you were going on. I mean, I'm sure you got tricked into doing it, but, Next guy, surfer-looking dude, they're like, what happened to you, man? He's like, surfing off the coast of California, 2005. Shark came out of nowhere. Had to punch him in the face several times to get it loose. Would have stabbed him, but the knife I had was strapped to the leg he just bit off. Well, that's fucking gnarly, man. You know? They get to you, diabetes guy, they're like, what's your story, man? Like, me, 2012, Wawa. It was a king-size Snickers and a 16-ounce Red Bull. Yeah. Because Red Bull doesn't give you wings, it'll only give you diabetes. Or kidney stones. Yeah. And while we're on the subject of kidney stones, can we please stop comparing to the male equivalent to birth? Let's stop doing that. There's no way I can leave my kidney stones in a hot car and just solve that problem. That's just... It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I get judged for what I was eating for dinner the other day. This guy came up to me and he's like, look at this motherfucker, ham and cheese for dinner. What, bitch, you can't cook? I was like, oh, man. He's like, yo, what's for dessert? I was like, I don't know, whatever bite-sized piece of candy came in this Lunchable. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night.